Hello
Halo
guys.
guys.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from group 4. Now we'll present about developing leadership diversity. Which is we will know what is the diversity, what the value of diversity, and etc. But before that, let me introduce our members group. First is next. Our member group, first Amelia Fitri, Fauzia Wendrisa, Putri Cahaya Hairani, Muhammad Alamin Fadili, and Miss Salsabila Salwageza, Taufan Perkasa, Anissa, and Jovanka. Next. We will discuss about like diversity of definition, challenges in minorities face, ways women lead, and etc. And the first material will present by Jovanka. For Jo, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Geza. I will describe about definition of diversity. Workforce diversity means a workforce made up of people with different human quality and who belong to various cultural groups. From the perspective, diversity refers to all the way in which people differ, including dimensions such as age, race, material status, physical ability, income level, and lifestyle. The exclusive model of diversity includes all the way in which people differ, including dimension of diversity that can be acquired or changed throughout one's lifetime. Three dimensions may have less impact than those in the traditional model, but nevertheless affect the people's self-definition and worldview, and influence the way the people is viewed by others. Next. Next is changing attitudes toward diversity. Attitudes toward diversity are expanding partly because they have to, as a leader, respond to significant change in our society, including demographic change, shifting social value, and globalization. Women are growing part of the workforce and increasingly demanding more fair and equitable treatment. Polls also show that views about social mores and lifestyles are shifting. The percentage saying society should encourage greater tolerance of people with different lifestyle and background increase. The other factor contributing to increased acceptance of diversity is globalization. Leaders are embracing cross-cultural understanding so that people can work smoothly across borders. The speed of global business is accelerating diversity, said Pauline Nimbrod. Employees with global experience and cultural sensitivity are in high demand because at least some aspect of almost every business today cuts across national boundaries. Okay, next.
All right. Next is the value of organizational diversity. People of all backgrounds, colors, age, and shape and size have important skills and also have many ideas about how to improve a product, service, or marketing approach to better capture the demographic. Getting feedback and advice from all people from all walks of life result in a stronger, more appealing product or service. Being open-minded may be the difference between hiring good and hiring the best. Great talent can found by worldwide. So being open to the endless possibilities of a global workforce is just good business sense. Workers are also available to provide the added benefit of making the workforce more diverse and more appealing to customers all over the world. Next.
Next, challenge minority face. Next. Fourth, ethnocentrism. Belief that one's own culture and subculture are inherently superior to other culture. So ethnocentrism is a perfect perception or view that is held by each individual who thinks that his culture is better than other culture or prides himself on his own culture and underestimate other culture. Second, prejudice, an adverse feeling or opinion from without regard for the fact. Prejudice is an individual feeling towards certain group of individual different racial group or cultures, which consists of negative social attitudes toward other groups of individuals, as well as influencing the behavior of the individual concerned toward other group of individuals. Then stereotype. A stereotype is a rigid, exaggerated, irrational, and typical negative belief or image associated with a particular group of people. It's a rigid image about other racial group or culture without paying attention to the truth of the image. Then discrimination. Discrimination is treating people differently based on prejudicial attitude and stereotype. Intentionally distinguish between groups associated with certain interests. Then discrimination based on religion, ethic, and race. Then glass ceiling. Glass ceiling is an invisible barrier that separate women and minorities from top leadership position. This glass ceiling is a view that women can be accepted as company employees but have difficulties to promote, especially to senior management level position. And men tend to be promoted faster and get higher salary than women. Next.
The next topic is ways women leads. Women as leader. Female leaders were rated as having more idealized influence, providing more inspirational motivation, being more individually considerate, and offering more intellectual stimulation. First, idealized influence means that the follower identify with and want to emulate the leader. The leader is trusted and respected, maintain high standard, and is considered to have power because of who she is rather than what position she holds. Second, inspirational motivation is derived from the leader who appeals emotionally and symbolically to employees' desire to do a good job and help achieve organizational goals. Third, individual consideration means each follower is treated as an individual, but all are treated equitably. Individual needs are recognized and assignments are delegated to followers to provide learning opportunities. And the last one is intellectual stimulation, means questioning current method and challenging employees to think in new ways. In addition to these qualities, women leaders were judged by subordinates in the survey as more effective and satisfying to work for, and were considered able to generate extra level of effort from employees. Uh, Next is leader style gender driven. The leader favors of a consensual and collaborative process and influence derived from relationship rather than position, power, and authority. Some psychologists have suggested that women may be more relationship oriented than men because of different psychological needs stemming from early experience. This difference between the relationship orientation of men and women has sometimes been used to suggest that women cannot lead effectively because they fail to exercise power. However, whereas male leader may associate effective leadership with a top-down command and control process, women interactive leadership seem appropriate for the future of diversity, globalization, and learning organization.
Okay, and next, global diversity. So one must of the rapidly increasing source of diversity is globalization, which is, it means that the leaders are confronting diversity issues across a broader stage than ever before. So, example, for a leader interacting with people from the other culture, even something as simple is handshake can be confusing. Example, in Asia, employee just prefer style of handshake is gentle. It means shaking hand is unfamiliar and uncomfortable for ASEAN. Like for ASEAN, and in British, prefer style of handshake is soft, and in German, prefer style of handshake the brusque and firm, repeat and on arrival and departure. So, and next, it about the social culture environment. The social culture environment, different may provide more potential for I'm sorry, can you back? Okay. So the social culture environment provide more potential for difficult and conflict than any other source. It means it means the social cultural the leader must to know about the social and cultural difference in the firms. The immediately physical and social setting in which people live or in which something happen or develop. It includes the culture that individual was educated or live and the people and institution with whom they interact. Social and culture difference might provide more potential for difficult and conflict than any other source. Next. Next, about the social value system. Okay, the social value system have 6 example how country rate for signification dimension. Number 1 is power distance. It's about how much people accept equality in power. High power distance reflect an acceptance of power inequality among institution, organization, and individual. Low power distance means low power distance. It means people expect equality in power. And number 2 is uncertainty avoidance. It's about the degree to which members of society feel uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity, and thus support belief and behavior that promise certainty and conformity. And next, is about individualism. So, individualism is about a value for a loosely net social framework in which individuals are expected to take care of themselves. And next is about collectivism. Collectivism is about a preference for a tightly net social framework in which people look out for others and organization protect their members' interests. And next is about masculinity. Masculinity it prefers for achievement, for heroism, assertiveness, work certainly, and material success. And the last one is about femininity. So femininity is a prefer to for relationship, for cooperation, for group decision making, and the quality of life. Okay, next.
Okay, next is developing culture intelligence. Culture intelligence refers to a person's ability to use reasoning and the observation skill to interpret unfamiliar gesture and the situation and devise appropriate behaviorism. Cultural intelligence includes their company that work together, conveys emotional and physical. The cognitive component involves a person's a behavioral and learning skill and the ability to pick up on the calls to understanding. The emotional aspect accords one's self confidence and self motivation. Okay, next. Next is leadership leadership implementation. A study of ex, ex, executive in the five countries found the altered the globalization of business seemed to be loading to converse to managerial roles and attitude. Executive in the different countries different significantly in the same areas which can create problem for the leadership. Who leadership behavior is the preferred different to form culture to culture. For example, there there much varieties across countries in the what people accept and leadership to do and the be. Okay, next.
Okay, next, becoming an inclusive leader. What is inclusive leadership? Inclusive leadership has rapidly become a popular topic in the last few years, largely due to the increasing push on equitable access to equal opportunities in the workplace. But what is it exactly? Inclusive leadership exists when a leader shows you optimism, promotes collaboration, and is viewed as progressive in their outcome that benefit as many people as possible. And since they aim to accommodate all players and not just themselves when making decisions, the decision-making process can be sometimes slower or cumbersome. Next. Inclusive leadership as a beneficial goal. In today's day and age, progressive leadership demands that organizations move beyond token diversity alone to harnessing the potential that comes from inclusivity. Well, diversity is the inclusion is the product, making the concept work by leveraging the wealth of knowledge, perspective, and insight that exists in open, trusting, a diverse workplace. Inclusive leadership can allow organizations to achieve a highly competition advantage, changing demographics, access the workplace, and in the market as a whole. An organization that has a reputation as strong inclusivity becomes a highly sought after company to work for. Attracting top diverse talent and committed customer and clients alike in turn a highly diverse talent pool sparks greater creativity, propelling innovation for a company that can drive them achieve great success. Next, how to be an inclusive leader. The first step is show appreciation. When your company experiences success, it is critical to acknowledge that you alone are not responsible. As a leader, you should recognize that great idea and those who work hard are a result of a team of talent. Inclusive leaders understand that the importance of recognizing the contribution of others. A second step is demonstrate emotion. While the direction of what you present to your team is crucial, so too is the way in which you communicate them to them. A leader's emotion and gesture are just as scrutinized for meaning as the words are. If you display negative emotion, this can cause additional stress among colleagues and staff. As a leader, you are expected to hold a certain level of diplomacy, even when delivering bad news or speaking the hard truth. Inclusive leader that show positive emotions such as excitement or enthusiasm for new projects, happiness over someone's good work, or encouragement when obstacles arise, can be extremely motivating for a workforce. And the last step is actually listen. Effective communication is a two-way street. Even for those in the highest of organization rankings, if you want to be listened to, you have to do your share of the listening to. Gaining input from others, appreciating various perspectives and opinions can improve your decision-making process. It also allows for those that contribute to the process, even those that argue against, to be more engaged and likely to act and the supporting of this decision. When a leader is open and receptive to all perspectives, it encourages much more creative and responsive solution, driving the organization forward at a much faster rate. Next.
Ways to encourage the advancement of women and minorities. Persona diversity awareness enables everyone to reach their potential and enables organizations to do their best. Leaders are responsible for creating a comfortable and inclusive work environment so that everyone feels valued and has the opportunity to succeed. Two effective options for getting more minority representation at higher levels are employee affinity groups and minority sponsorship. Employee affinity groups are groups of individuals who have the same interests, backgrounds, and goals. When assembled, the group led to significant changes in the workplace. Employee affinity groups are based on social identity, such as gender, race, and are set to focus on the interests of the employees of that group. Employee affinity groups allow individuals with similar backgrounds to share experience and the same success strategies. This enables them to make a greater contribution to the organization and advance their careers. Affinity groups are a powerful way to reduce social isolation for women and minorities. They help employees become more effective and allow their members to achieve greater career advancement. This group can be an important tool for helping organizations retain minority employees. Next, about minority sponsorship. Another benefit of employee affinity group is that people often obtain sponsored through their affiliation with the group. Let's look at the problem of minority in America. White men find easier to get good jobs than non-white people because humans are initially attracted to and trust those who have something in common with them. Sponsor goal to fix this problem. Sponsor ensure their students are considered for important projects and have the opportunity to show what they can do. Therefore, minority sponsorship can be an important key to the progress of the professional. Sponsorship can have tremendous impact on organization, especially when it comes to cultivating diversity, retaining talent, and training leaders. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for all our members group. We hope all of you understood what we have conveyed. Next is the Q&A section, and we will try to answer all of your questions. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.